Tottenham 1, Wolves 2, and no one turned up today. The whole team decided not to turn up today for the football match, apart from Vicario, Van de Ven, and maybe Bissouma. Those three were the only ones that turned up today. The rest, they had an off day. They did not want to be playing football. They were just like, all right, let's kick back. Let's give Wolves 3 points. That's literally how it was today. Our front four today, Son, Madison, Richarlison, and Kulusevski, they were embarrassing. This is the worst I've seen them play all season. Madison as well, this is, again, worst I've seen him play all season. Absolutely terrible today, Madison. Did nothing. No creative spark, no input into the game, nothing. Kulusevski and Son on both wings did absolutely nothing as well. One thing I noticed as well, they would refuse to beat their man. Son, every time Son got the ball, he'd get the ball, he'd do a couple step overs and pass it back. Pass it sideways. Or try to whip in a ball and hit first man. Same with Kulusevski. They'd refuse to beat their man. Wolves were sitting back. The fullbacks are there to go attack at. Try to beat them and try to put a ball into the box. But they would refuse to do it. They'd get the ball and they just pass it sideways or pass it backwards. That's what they did. Or hit the first man. They refused to beat their man. Absolutely terrible from the both of them today. Richarlison up top. Oh my goodness. Horrible performance from Richarlison today. Every time the ball went to him, it just kept on bouncing off of him. Bouncing off. It would just wouldn't stick. He wouldn't hold on to the ball. He wouldn't have any kind of hold-up play and then send a teammate through. Link-up play was horrible. Hold-up play was terrible as well. And again, he's a striker that needs chances. If he's not getting chances, I don't know what he offers. Because at least with Harry Kane, he'd have a hold-up play. He'd drop deep into the midfield and deliver a splendid pass for Son to go run at. Richarlison ain't doing that. He's there up top and he needs chances. That's the kind of player he is. Obviously, I know Richarlison's been in good form, but that's just the kind of player he is. He needs chances. And if we're not generating chances for him, what's the point of him? What's the actual point of him if we're not generating chances for him? He's just there in the box by himself. That's all he does. Moving on to the goals. The first goal Wolves scored. Another goal from a set piece. Always. We saw it against Everton. They scored twice from a set piece. And we saw it against Man City. What is going on with our set pieces? Why can't we defend a corner? Why can't we defend a free kick? What are we doing in training with set piece? Who's the set piece coach? Is it Jedinak, bro? Is it Jedinak? Because if he is, he needs to be looked at. What are we doing in training with set pieces? Are we just ignoring set pieces in training? It's like, oh, no, we're not going to score from set pieces. Well, they scored today, didn't they? They scored against Everton. The set pieces need to be looked at. Because we're conceding from set pieces now. At the beginning of the season, we were actually good from set pieces. And then all of a sudden, at the beginning of the new year, we started conceding a lot from set pieces. We need to fix it out. Then the second goal they scored. On the counter, Pedro Neto. The goal came from Bissouma losing the ball. I said Bissouma was good today. Maybe. Because Bissouma did lose the ball and eventually cost us the goal. Bissouma was terrible, by the way, in that goal. He first of all lost the ball. Then Pedro Neto went on a sprint. Obviously, he's a good player. He's going to go on a sprint, right? Went on a sprint. And then I think Gomez, the guy who scored the goal, I think that was his name. That was Bissouma's man. Bissouma was tracking him back, but did a terrible job of marking him. Just left him completely open. Gomez was completely open to have a shot, and it went in. So Bissouma just lost the ball for the goal, and terrible marking of Gomez. So mostly that goes on him. But apart from that, he was actually decent today, Bissouma. So I'm not going to get on him too much. Defensively, I thought, again, Van de Ven was good. Romero did his thing, but whatever. Ben Davis, obviously I didn't expect much from him. Obviously, Doggy's out. I really didn't expect much from Davis. Emerson, yeah, let me tell you, Emerson Royal, yeah. Emerson, this guy needs to be binned. This guy needs to be binned in the summer. He needs to be sold. I'm seeing fans saying, oh, he's a good backup for Porro. Oh, Emerson's improved under Ange. No, he hasn't. He hasn't. He's the same old Emerson he was under Conte. Rubbish. His first touch is rubbish. If you watched Emerson, yeah, every time the ball went to him, it just bounced off him. I was there sitting, I'm like, yo, is this guy Brazilian or from Peru? How's a Brazilian got a shit first touch? He's terrible. And he needs to go. He needs to be sold in the summer. because he is not good enough to be backup for Porro. He is levels below Porro. Emerson is levels below Porro. Defensively, he was okay. But going forward, he is terrible. He is terrible. Just had no impact on the game. And then, all right, Kulusevski scored a decent goal back in the game. We had all this possession. All this possession. We were dominating all this possession. I think we had like 70% possession at one point as well. And we do nothing with it. We would do nothing. We would just pass it sideways, backwards, sideways, backwards. Oh, maybe a little pass forward or it goes out for a corner. That's all we did. I don't remember the Wolves keeper making one decent save. I don't. Apart from the Kulusevski goal, we did nothing. We dominated the ball. We had a lot of the ball. We had a lot of possession. But we weren't clinical. We weren't creating any chances. We weren't taking any shots. We weren't taking any risks. Wolves were just sitting back, like, you know what, let him throw it. They're not going to do anything. People say it was a good display from Wolves. It was, because we didn't do anything with the ball. We had the ball, we're just passing it around. Backwards, sideways, backwards, sideways. Terrible. Ange Postecoglou. He got the lineup good today. Lineup was alright. Obviously, Udogie and Porro out. You couldn't do anything much about that. Alright. Lineup was good. The lineup was good enough to beat Wolves today. And that's too comfortably, like at least like 2 or 3-0. But the substitutions again, no impact. No impact at all. Substitutions. Absolutely no impact. Brennan Johnson came on, did absolutely nothing. Again, like always. Højbjerg came on, lost the ball a couple of times. I think Wolves almost scored because of that as well. He needs to be binned off as well in the summer. Liss also came on. I don't even know if he was playing. I didn't see him touch the ball once. I don't know if I did. I don't know. I think I noticed with Ange as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm Ange-in, okay? I back the manager. But one thing I noticed as well is his lack of a plan B. He does not have a plan B. Wolves were just sitting back and we're just passing the ball around. The amount of times I was screaming, put a ball over the top for Richarlison. Put a ball over the top. Put a ball over the top. Look at these runs Werner's making. Put a ball over the top and try to find Werner. But no one was doing it. We were just passing it. Sideways, 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 sideways. He should have told the team, like, all right, listen, yeah, switch to plan B. Let's put balls over the top and let's try to exploit the Wolves' defense. We have Richarlison making all these runs. We have Werner making all these runs especially. Why don't we try to put a ball over the top and try to find them? But no, let's keep passing it around like dickheads. Terrible today. His lack of a plan B as well. And now we move down to 5th place. We're 5th place in the table now. Aston Villa, they won against Fulham. They overtook us. So now we're 2 points behind us. And you know what's the worst thing as well, yeah? Manchester United, they're 6 points behind us. And they play against Luton tomorrow, which they'll probably win. So if they win against Luton tomorrow, they'll be 3 points behind us. Piss poor Manchester United will be 3 points behind us. This is tough. This is the Premier League. This is tough. If you lose one loss, one slip up, you're done. I think like a couple weeks ago, Manchester United were like 10 points behind us. Now, end of tomorrow, they'll probably be 3 points behind us. We need to fix up because ever since the start of the year, we haven't been playing convincing. The football I saw at the beginning of the season, it just somehow vanished. We're not playing decisive, we're not controlling games anymore, and we're not killing teams off, and it's coming back to cost us. We need to fix up.